Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Oh, good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They're led out by the former Wildcat, their rookie QB from Kansas State.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffling. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got his man, it's caught. For a Steelers touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in. Get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for Eagles. First down. It's a gain of 20.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson. And it's 3rd down and 2. You look at the Steeler defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
That's good for a Steelers
They go play action here on first down.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Now runs straight.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we went to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
Well, the Eagles offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Over the middle to Smith.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll drop the throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A 40-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake. Dobbins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. DK Metcalf.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
DK Metcalf.
His first touchdown of the year.
And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track sneakers? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
You look at this Steeler defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And how about that last play? Did you see how quickly they got to the ball? Caused a loss of yardage? Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
15 yards. And an Eagles first down. A gain of 15. First down, Philadelphia.
Play action. Here's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll get this down only to about the 46. This defense for the Steelers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
There's a little bit of lightning talking to the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A gain of a yard. And an Eagles first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with a 4th down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 16.
They'll set up to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Derek Harmon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
To try again after the sack. Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
Eagles 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting ready to go back to work. And And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive with double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback taken down inside.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
A short one there to Fryerview. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up a third down and very long. Well, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nolan Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts bringing the Eagles out for their next drive.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass. So whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Eagles first down. It's a gain of 23 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
The Eagles at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him in with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker. But outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that's going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Back to throw again. Short throw to Smith.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Got his man. It's Warren.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brings up 3rd and
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here.
56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Shifts by him.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
2nd and a couple.
A.J. Brown. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw here. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33.
Eagles first down. A gain of 12. First down, Eagles.
Hurts. That one complete out to Dotson.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
12 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Barkley, inside handoff. When they work this near the 5, he'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts,
That's another
as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 6-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Barkley will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before break. Dobbins. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That is incomplete. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Smith catches left side. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And he fires one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On the give, it's Warren. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
That's good for us Steelers. First down.
Operating from the gun, Dobbins. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
Looking to throw. Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and the first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard, Now they come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it. I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Third and goal.
Back to throw. Dobbins. Now he's going to step up and run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
A 24-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that's going to tie things at 20. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them. That feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he powers his way on past the 30. Hurts sets up to throw it. A heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and
From the gun on 3rd down. Dobbins. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. Davis now to return it. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be Eagles football 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage?
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
a gain of 12 yards. That's good for Eagles. First down.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
That's another.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
A nice little juke. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
12 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. A gain of 12. First down, Eagles.
Back to throw here. He dumps it off to Barkley. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. He'll drop to throw.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Second and 15.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Complete to Pat Freiermuth. It's a gain of 7.
From the gun on third down. Dobbins
in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still going.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Boswell for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Oh, nice move. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now on 4th down, Otis, the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
13 yards on the play. And the Steelers first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nolan Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Boswell's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And this one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Intended for Saquon Barkley.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his
Think he got
rhythm is just
confused?
off?
I
Just
don't
got
know.
thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. Dobbins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man. It's gone.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Hurts.
2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And the Eagles first down.
A handoff to Barkley. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter.
At the 48-yard line.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw.
That's complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off play action. Dobbins.
Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3.
Looking to throw. And it is caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 6. First down.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Goes right back to Smith again.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Dotson, he's got it.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He's back to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw.
Hurts fumbles it.
And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Dobbins.
He's got his target. That's complete.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Steelers,
they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.